So whether you're aware of it or not, life is one big network of systems. The school you attend is a big network of systems. The job you work is one big system everyone works to uphold. These systems are in place to make sure everything is in working order, that everyone is on the same page, everybody has a common goal, and everyone can work together to get where they're aiming. So now contrast that with your educational life, your professional life, and your life itself. How come you can get all your class assignments done without a problem? You can accomplish a task you need to at work without a problem, but you can't make any progress to achieving your own goals, to chasing your ambition and accomplishing what you really want. And the biggest reason for that is not because you're obligated by another party, it's not because it's any easier, it's because there is a system in place for those things. A lot of things that you care about most have no systems in place whatsoever. Think about school, think about work. You have to be there at a certain time. You have certain tasks you must complete. None of that is particularly hard. The reason that you can get it done is because everything is laid out for you. All the boxes are there. You just have to work on them and check them off. Compare this to your life, achieving your goals, whether it's getting after in the gym, posting more content on social media, trying to develop a business, whatever it is. You don't have this checklist. You don't have this step-by-step action plan. You just do it when you feel like it. You go by whatever whim you have that day. Living a life based off feeling rather than strategy is a recipe for disaster. By analyzing your life, analyzing your goals, figuring out the steps you need to take to get there, that is how you will achieve them. That is how you'll be able to build a system that will allow you to accomplish more and live more purposefully. So in this video, I'm going to go over the 5 systems that you need to establish to build that framework, build that foundation of creating systems that help you succeed. Granted, it's your life, you have a lot going on that you may need to systemize, but these 5, no matter where you are, will give you a good starting point to start getting ahead. So the first system that you need to create will act as the road that all of our systems will lead to, and that's to create a daily checklist. So this daily checklist will look completely different for everybody. We all have different obligations, different stuff going on, different goals, different things we're chasing. However, by creating this main road, this main system, that will allow you to plug every other system into, this will allow you to follow a direct course each and every day to taking a step closer to that goal or to getting the obligation you have right out of the way. So look at my life, for instance. I'm someone who works 2 jobs, is a full-time student, works out every day, consistently posting content and managing whatever else life has for me. I have a lot to manage. I have a lot that's going on. I have to get up every day, get right to work, start each day with intention. And your life may look a little bit different, whether you work 1 job, you're just a student, you're working 3 jobs, you have 5 kids, you run like a bunch of different companies. Regardless of your situation, you'll never have enough time in the day. However, creating a system, creating this daily checklist, this roadmap of daily action, this will allow you to get done the things you need to get done and help you achieve more throughout a day. I talk to people all the time about time management, achieving their goals, and they all say they don't have the time, they just don't know where to start. And I ask them if they have a system, most of the time they say no. So the big first step that you must make to overhaul your life, to start achieving things you have to do, is to have this daily checklist, to have this daily roadmap that every other system will lead to. So the second system you need to have in place is a creative process. If you're someone like me who's trying to grow a brand, who's trying to grow a following, you obviously need to be posting consistently. Daily is preferable, but granted, there are some days we just can't post. So obviously, there's something we all need to work on, myself included. There's been weeks where I've been killing it, and there's weeks I'm posting 3 times a week, and just that's not the consistency you need to grow. So with a creative process, this can take many different forms. Whether you go out once a week, once every couple weeks, get a big batch of content, then put it out throughout the week, or every day, sit down for an hour or 2, draft out ideas, and pump a couple of those out each day. However that may look, this process should be putting you ahead regarding ideas and regarding creating of this content. If you fall behind, it's 7 o'clock at night, you have nothing, all you're doing is playing catch up, it won't be this a vital piece of content you want to put out rather than something you just rushed to stay consistent. So going back to daily checklist, look at incorporating this creative process into some point throughout the day, whether that's on a lunch break, You get up early and start working on it. You stay up late, get a bunch of content put out so you can have that for the next couple days ahead. However that may look for you, do what's best and get it done. So the next system that you want to develop and incorporate into your life is one that will allow for consistent professional progression. So a good rule of thumb is every year you should be making more money. Whether that's from a main job, a main business, main gig, whatever that may be, incorporating side hustles, or just asking for a raise. I will preface though that before you expect to make more money, you have to have more value than you can provide. Whether that comes from getting another certification, learning a new skill, or going to a different place that values the skills that you have more than the place you're currently at. If you work, you can't just go in there expecting more money because you feel like it. You have to show that you deserve it and that you're willing to earn it. And if you're an entrepreneur, make your own way, you have to overhaul whatever systems you may have, whether it's content, whether it's outreach, whether it's social media, whatever that may be. You have to take the steps necessary to be able to make more money and grow your income. The last few years of my life represent the system perfectly. A couple years ago in 2023, I was working as a lifeguard, making about $19 an hour. I was door dashing on the side, making anywhere from $15, $25 an hour, depending on the night. Then last year in 2024, I started working private EMS, putting the skill I had of being an EMT, putting that to use, and be able to make an income off that. This year, I have plenty of certs, plenty of skills, firefighter, advanced EMT, stored private EMS, and I'm an online fitness coach for a handful of clients. So you can see this progression year over year of me gaining more skills and in turn getting more and more income. A system like this is absolutely vital to ensuring that you can continue to improve your life, not to get stuck at a dead-end job, and not to lose your lifestyle to inflation. So now, next system, knowing me, this is the given. This is creating a proper training and nutrition plan that you can follow each and every day to make gains and see results. When creating a system regarding your training and nutrition, it should be a consistent but dynamic system that is specific to your goals and that will allow each step to be a checklist instead of a chore. When creating the system, keep in mind that this is perhaps the most important system to everything else. This is the core of your daily checklist. This is the core of everything else. If this isn't right, everything else may fall apart. And like most plans, but especially this one, don't feel like you have to know it all. You may have a couple years experience in the gym, you may be disciplined, you may think you're on it, work out most days, diet's pretty good, like you're most likely ahead of most people. However, to really achieve the results you're looking for, to create the system that allows for working out to be a list rather than a guessing game, that allows hitting macros to be an everyday occurrence rather than you making some crazy protein-packed meal that you can only afford to make once a week and everything else that's completely below your needs. That's not going to be optimal. That's not going to give you the consistency that you need to achieve your fitness goals. So if this sounds like a situation that you're in, where you're someone who works hard but you just can't find the success, you don't really know what you're doing, you have a general concept but you can't put pen to paper or put a plan to action, you have two options. Either you can keep doing what you're doing, continue down the path you have set for yourself, continuing to try, continuing to fail, seeing glimmers of hope, but then being sent right back to square one and continuing to be discouraged from ever achieving your goals. Or you're working with someone who's had years of experience in the gym, years of trial and error, overcoming injuries, trying different things, different training styles, different nutrition plans, someone who's messed around with it all, knows what works and knows what does not. I cannot recommend Code 3 coaching enough. With Code 3 coaching, we primarily serve first responders and healthcare professionals. So firefighters, EMTs, police, nurses, anyone who is pushing themselves to the limit, trying to become the most capable version of themselves that they can be to better serve others. However, you don't have to be a firefighter, a police officer, an EMT, a nurse, to understand that you can do better, that you can push yourself to the limit to achieve what you want to achieve, to better serve yourself, and to better serve others in your own regard. To experience the benefits and reap the rewards of proper coaching in the gym and in the kitchen. Code 3 coaching understands life can be an absolute shit show, working weird hours, life's a mess, got our stuff going on. Instead of having you live for the gym and live for the kitchen, the systems that we give you allow you to incorporate them into your hectic life. Living a healthy lifestyle doesn't have to be all-encompassing. It can be a small investment for a substantial gain. So if you're someone who's ready to systemize their training and nutrition and who understands it takes a little short-term pain to make long-term gains, I want you to go to the link below and go DM me systems, and we can start from there. So with this last system, I will coin it as intervals of reflection. Ever since I've established these systems, I have made substantial progress, and every day it becomes to focus on progressing, not procrastinating, getting the work done, and just continuing to get 1% better each and every day. However, with this system of reflection, it allows for you to take a step back, put your head up, and just see the monumental progress that you've made. Because you get in the routine, you get in the monotony of self-improvement, building business, building a body. You only see the incremental gains each and every day. However, it's important to, again, take a step back and just see how far you've come. It is so easy to get discouraged when all you see online are people your age, living in Miami, making bank, right around supercars, having this, baller lifestyle that you can only dream of. And this slowly starts to become the standard, which there are pros and cons to that. You should be striving for success, this level of success, one way or another. You don't have to live that life, but I know for sure that your goal is to be able to have the ability to live that kind of life. Have the resources and have the freedom to embark on whatever you want and get whatever you want out of life. So you made it this far, you're watching this now, understand that you're on the right track. Understand that from the person you were a year ago to the person you are now, you have most likely made substantial gains, whether that's physically, financially, spiritually, or just getting through some shit. We're all on our own path. God has a plan for each and every one of us. Put your best foot forward every day. You can't give 100% each and every day, but every day you can give 100% of what you got. We're all in this together. Appreciate your successes and learn from your failures. Thank you for watching. Show some love. I'll see you in the next one. You take it easy.